series right now here in the LCK. But don't just let T1 run around this draft with 2 flex picks again. Try to get some power, try to force a reaction out of T1.
Yeah, this, I had a feeling these bans are going to look a little bit different because you just ban everything that's meta, and then you pick that, and you just get bodied by a bunch of, you know, top-tier picks, especially for T1. The Lee Sin being one of them.
Kwangdong voted POG the same way I did.
Yeah, I mean, Oner was, you know, we were okay with that one. We weren't really okay with Media Kick W. Although, you know, Guma did get boom boom damage and many gold, so how can you argue with that?
The Karma is going to be banned again, so this does not fill me with confidence that Kwangdong Freaks will be looking for a strong side blue pick here for the bottom lane. And look, if you're going to fight fire with fire against T1, you're probably going to lose, but I think you have a much better chance than trying to outlast T1.
You probably get better practice than a 21.5-minute game, I would say. So,
all right, so Caitlyn is also banned. They don't leave that one. As yeah, this is the state of the series at this point. Now, let's see if...
Thanks, production.
Let's see if Varus will get a look here for Kwangdong Freaks. Ashe also potentially available if T1 do ban the Varus here. But you've banned Karma, so Varus feels a lot weaker as Kwangdong here if they pick it up. They'll actually take away the Ezreal, which has been Taeyun's comfort pick. We've seen them draft the Ezreal Karma in particular so many times as part of that June 1 and 8 Karma.
So you have to pick Ashe.
You have to pick Ashe in this.
It's pretty
game.
non-negotiable.
It feels like a trap, right? Like, this is why like Steve Max is like, hold up, like we're not gonna get Sejuani with this, so let's think really hard about what we're gonna follow up with this Ashe pick for, because there's a lot of possibilities of lanes that crush this. We'll see what T1's plan is going to be. Could play Vi here with something like a Draven and just try to all in. You pick up the Nautilus early too if T1 want to have that for Keria. The same flex picks though, the Gragas and the Jace, still available. Don't do it to him, T1.
Yeah. Varus.
Denying the Varus Ashe lane.
Yeah. You just go Varus Jhin, you know, like if you really want to fight the Ashe in the lane.
And they'll take the Gragas with that. And now Kwangdong Freaks have to decide if they want to leave the Jace. Ooh, Elise. They are pivoting. They want a really strong lane down here with a level 3 dive potential setup as well. Oh, this feels like it could go very wrong very early, Valdez. Like I'm starting to get worried already. I love the Maokai response, because it's very good anti-dive. And this game is going to be very different than the last. The junglers are going to be bottom side at level 3. They're not going to be top side based on the picks we've seen so far here.
The only issue with this is that Maokai gets bullied early by Elise. At least nowadays, you'll probably go for the tank Maokai build instead of the AP variant.
Yeah.
So as the game comes along, Maokai will offer a lot more.
Jhin denial pick here.
Compared to Elise.
Yeah. But this is very strong with Maokai. I know Atlas is, you know, face palming a little bit maybe, but he's come around a little bit more on the Jhin recently. But the Maokai Jhin, you know, has great synergy. It works very well defensively against Elise. Not at the level 3 dive so much, but at subsequent potential dives here that T1 might want to set up. Let's see what Keria's got in mind. He doesn't have to lock anything in right now. Rather see the Gragas pick for sure. They had to pick between Gragas and Jace, and they've made their choice.
Very interesting. That could be something that, you know, other teams look at and they're like, okay. We see where your priority is, because Varus Jace is really strong. Elise can get those lanes ahead, and you can bully with lethality very nicely.
It might be on-hit Varus, too, in this game. Like, we don't know for sure. If we see something like a Nautilus coming through, which again seems unlikely considering the Elise pick, then we'll have to take a second look, but I do think that lethality is going to be the look. I think Kwangdong Freaks 100% take away the Jace now. Yep, no surprise. And the Jax is taken off the board here too. T1 trying to limit Dudu's potential. We might even see like a Fiora ban here. These are the 2 picks he's really had a lot of side lane control with. and has had the most impressive performances even in losses on. Gnar also something you could take a look at here if you're really worried about potential for the Gragas to have to go top. Silas still available.
I like how we do this slow zoom in. Wow, Aurelion Sol bans.
I actually think this is not that crazy considering how Kwangdong's draft is going to play out, and with the long-range follow-up. Like, he can follow up on anything, Aurelion Sol can. And if you have Ash Arrow into Maokai ult, Jin's got the follow-up. You put that E on top of T1, and it gets pretty messy.
I mean, as long as they can get through the early game. I mean, their bottom lane should be able to.
And there's the Nautilus I was talking about. It just means we're going to see a Kalista lane instead. Okay. Well, It is going to be lethality. It is going to be Hail of Blades. It is going to be an absolute kill lane here for T1 with a level 3 gank timing for Oner.
Riot has taken some steps to try to, you know, peel this kind of meta away in 13.4, but it's not gone. No. It's not gone by any means, so if you were hoping it was gone, it's not. Tristana!
Okay, this is really interesting, and I think that this Tristana into potentially the Gragas is quite strong, as Gragas could survive almost anything, but an all-in from Tristana with Maokai's support to come over there and gank repeatedly could be so frustrating to deal with. And also on another way to look at this is you have that Gragas flex now into Cassante, you're not too worried. Could have been like, okay, Gragas is going top. What if they want to play Kassadin here? Because they could have actually pushed the Gragas top and played Kassadin, had a lot of scaling because they have a double AD bottom lane. That would have been a lot of AP damage, but I thought it was a cool idea in that way. Does not look like T1 are interested in playing Gragas top, though.
Olaf. I mean, there is an incredible amount of CC on the side of Kwangdong, and Cassante is pretty much a free lane. You know, picking this kind of pick into Zeus is very scary.
Both the Olaf and the Fiora can deal with that Ashe arrow extremely well. The riposte for Fiora means that, you know, when Ashe is trying to make an impact top side where you know Maokai probably kind of has to play around after that level 3 gank, you have some sort of answer to that. The Olaf could just run through Ashe arrows, Fiora can riposte them, but Fiora's going to give you a late game win condition here where you can buy a ton of time around the map, you can get those turrets down. So I like this more. But you don't have a great tank here in this composition for T1 now. You have this Fiora that's not really going to be frontlining in team fights. This game, the decision to go Fiora, I think, really means T1 absolutely have to snowball, as they often do. That is their playstyle, that is their strength, that is what they have defined as the way to play League of Legends right now across all the 13 patches we've had this season. But if you do fall behind, if you do have a hiccup in the early game, it is going to be very difficult to out-team fight this Maokai composition when we do go later.
The signs before said Kwangdong does not give up. That is a Gumayusi Draven sign on the left. Also, maybe like a bounty board for Faker. Not 100% sure about the right one.
He's a hard carry boy. That's what he is. Zeus.
Yeah. It's, you know, I'm guessing that's a reference to Hype Boy from New Jeans.
Yeah, probably.
Which, you know, we got the boomer casters over here, but we know a thing or two as they get fed to us slowly through the memes. Either way, guys, very interesting draft this time around. We'll see if it goes as fast as game number 1 as we hop into the rift for game 2.
Alright, 5-man group up here to try to get an advantage for this Ashe and stack that sickle. Stack that sickle.
Stack that sickle.
Yeah, oh, look at that. Nerf to the regen rate of those charges. Didn't get that fourth one. He's going to make it plus 60. I don't think he would have gotten it with the old one either, but it was close. It was close.
Keria also got a couple at least. Didn't see if he got 3. Tristana mid into Gragas.
Yeah, this is really interesting because it means that Oner has to be a little bit more careful. Like, before this, it was kind of a default Elise is bottom. She stays bottom. She doesn't need to go anywhere else. She will path bottom. She will stay down there. They will get a bunch of plate gold, get some advantages, take their early drakes, and then she can think about other things. But now it's kind of like Elise might actually have to help out mid, or Faker's going to have to play a lot more passively this time around. This body slam can help you against the all-ins from Tristana, but it's not going to be guaranteed, especially when you have that follow-up stun from Youngjae. It's going to lock you down on the Maokai. And at level 3, you know, usually the Maokai kind of has to be down here for this Jhin Ashe lane, or you're going to have big problems against the Elise, but we'll see what he decides to do here, as he is starting that red buff.
Yeah, level 1, as always, incredibly important on the bottom side, which is why we see all of these crazy AD carry supports trying to get ahead. And yeah, they're trying to clear out this wave for level 2, but it should almost always go the way of Jhin and Ashe, as that volley was pretty huge. They're going to have to heal here early. Ignite traded back, barrier from June. So that is 3 summoners already gone.
Yeah, and it's Dark Harvest Jhin. Taehoon wants to get some of those stacks here early with these volleys coming through if he can, as Youngjae will be here first. This is the bullying, though, we were talking about. And at least coming down here, but is actually maybe going to path mid now, actually, and just completely ignore this. And Bulldog has no idea, no communication here from the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, doesn't need to flash, just buffers the hop, and he should be fine. Oner can chase him down, though.
Yeah, he's got the blast plant.
There's a question mark ping onto him after the repel. And okay, Youngjae down on the bottom side. They know that Elise is not here, but again, it's pretty early on. Let's see if they do go for this, as Oner is pathing down bottom side.
He didn't use his flash to trade a flash with Bulldog, so he still has a long range he can engage from.
Teleport comes in, Youngjae, even with the flash out of Guma. It's going to be traded down, as Keria is going to pick up the kill. And Faker will be able to get a flash out of both of them.
Bulldog just stays mid here. He's just pushing this really hard right now. Faker going to lose a little bit of farm as a result of this, and they got his TP, so a huge win across the map here. And I think if Oner does stay on the bottom side of the map, it can get tricky if Ashe rotates over, because you're winning the 2v2 in those early levels, and then you get slowed, and then you might actually lose that fight. So Oner decides he's going to go mid. But in the interim, this push is so good here, and Youngjae was obviously pathing over here to defend that level 3 gank, so he has an opportunity now. That's a kill for Kwangdong Freaks, a Dark Harvest stack, a teleport from Faker, and some free farm mid for the Tristana, who didn't have to flash. So, talked about how hiccups can be a problem here in this early game. This is a Varus with no farm, and he's just going mid.
Yeah, because of the early death timing from Guma with the dive, he actually just elects to go mid and catch the wave that Bulldog was pushing in. So he can just push it out, go bot, and Faker can just run up the river, and they can switch back. That's totally fine.
Yeah, that was actually really smart from Faker to stick around here and swap it out.
Yeah, definitely communicated within the team.
Still,
the way they want to go for it.
You know, it stems the bleeding. It doesn't feel like you've gained anything from this, but you've definitely made this a better situation than Faker just taking the long way back to mid, and he loses farm, and the Varus loses farm. Still 10 CS behind, as we do see that Drake is spawning here, and Oner is pathing over with the prio they now have at level 3. And summoners were blown from Taehoon and June, which is pretty huge, which is part of why they can put this extreme pressure on here, bottom side.
Keria has double buff too, because he got the kill onto Maokai.
So silly, actually.
Yeah, double buff on Kalista. But yeah, now it's going to go back to, okay, 3v3 on the bottom side. Oner just running down here as Tristana was coming down through the river.
And they can't get this
stick around.
Yeah, T1 can't actually grab that early. Faker.
All right. 3v3, actually.
Yeah, actually 3v3. The tri-lane.
Yeah. Real 3v3.
That's nice, a ton of damage onto Youngjae, though. I don't think he could stay around much longer.
He has a Giant's Belt, which is a ton of health, but you know, still got to be careful. Don't have many resistances at this point.
Okay, we see Oner is wrapping around here, trying to maybe go catch this Maokai and punish him and get some vision. Yeah, he's seen, so this isn't going to work out too well.
Oh, but no flashes in the bottom side. They pushed up very far, and Juice is going to go down. As now Oner coming in here. Again, no flash for Taeyun. If he hits the cocoon, he's probably dead. Flash cocoon to make 100% sure. And that is a double kill now for Gumayusi.
Well, Guma's got 2 kills now. I mean, it started off a little bit shaky, but now you end up getting these kills off of an overextension from the bottom duo who have no flashes. And Oner rotates around on vision, and you still stay because you want to maintain that prio, but Youngjae is long gone. He's not going to be there to save you. He doesn't have level 6 to save you from far away. So you've really just overstayed your welcome, and now 2 Dirks online here for Keria. What seemed like a lane that was going to kind of slowly collapse here with this added pressure. You have a good play, and they push forward here. Keria, so much damage in these early levels. I mean, there's nothing special about this. He just gets into range there, and now Oner's here. And look at Youngjae. He's just too far away. He can't help out. There's nothing he can do here.
Yeah. Maybe they felt okay because they kind of identified where the Elise is, but also knew that she was rotating. Maybe they thought they had time to back away after clearing the wave, but you overstay for half a second. League of Legends can be you know, very unforgiving in that sense. You make one mistake where you stay for just a little bit too long, and then you both die.
Faker has
here's
cast.
Faker. Yeah, he's got flash as well.
He wants to just kind of flash this wall maybe, or sorry, slam this wall and then go over here, but he does not actually commit.
This time respected by the bottom lane.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is actually about to be a rinse and repeat setup here, where it's like you're winning lane, but are you? You're pushing a lane, but are you really gaining any advantages?
Mid lane still, you know, we do have Bulldog who is ahead by about 10 CS. Faker's been making more map plays, but, you know, Tristana can push these lanes so quickly.
Faker is...
We will be seeing more of this as this game comes along.
Yeah, Faker is basically using the fact that he's going to get pushed in on to try to get utility around the map, and so far he has, quite significantly. So, yeah, he's behind on gold, but his relevance in this game, his CC, his utility is so high that being down, you know, 250, 300 gold at this point in the game is not that important. Assuming Guangdong Freaks aren't snowballing everywhere else, which on the bottom side they tried to, they fell behind now. Top side, Fiora having a good time. As this Herald has spawned here, there's just not a lot of control on either team, enough to say, yeah, we can walk up and take this. Youngjae has ult. Jin Maokai.
He's going to press that. As Oner is here, gonna look to try to turn this one around. The chains do come in as the cocoon is in onto Youngjae before he can get underground. Oh, that is so unfortunate for him, but that's gonna be a double kill now to the side of Guma again, as the gank will fail. Oner in perfect position.
And because June died earlier on, he doesn't have level 6, so he's so close to it. If he has 6, you maybe actually chain that CC together. When Oner gets caught by that ult, that part of the ult, when he gets rooted, then you have the follow-up there with the Ash Arrow, and then Youngjae gets on top. You know, he had flash, he could have flashed in, but he's just caught by Cocoon. As you say, he doesn't actually get the collapse through, and now it's just more and more plate gold going over to Guma. He's going to be left here alone to get solo plate gold, as Keria will grab the Umbral Glaive back at home. So there's plus 175.
Just watch again.
It's just really clean here from Oner. He's rooted, but there's no Ash Arrow. June's still level 5. And the damage at this stage in the game, again, is just so high here with these Dirks.
Yeah. Even, you know, Elise into Maokai, this is a matchup that they opted into, and Elise is going to shred that health. I mean, it is actually AP Maokai. So he is relatively squishy. Yes, he has the Giant's Belt, but Elise almost likes that. She does more damage. So it's like, okay, the Maokai just turns into a piece of paper, and if you get underground with your advance, your twisted advance, then you're probably fine, but not the case. Cocoon too early.
Yeah, with all that damage in the electric field as well, it's just, yeah, it's so doomed. And now they're going to get Herald off of this, as Keria backed. He's a second 80 carry. Does have a, I thought I saw him buy an early Umbral Glaive earlier. It looks like he
might have swapped it for the Swifties.
Yeah, I think that's what he did, because he wants to get over to this Herald faster. Doesn't need to clear any of that vision. Speaking of vision, look at the area around the Baron pit right now for T1.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
And so he could go there and let Guma stay bot and continue to get solo plate gold here. While the response, remember last time they had a really nice response where they got Herald and they were able to put Zeri top and get her some plate gold. That has not happened in this game. It is not happening.
No, don't think it will. As you mentioned around the Baron pit, around the Rift Herald pit, look at the bottom side of the map too. I mean, as Flash comes in here, Bulldog, he is gonna get cast out of midair!
Oh!
Down he goes to smack down to real life.
Oh, no! Oh, Fate's call to get him out of dodge. Oh, they're just getting plates everywhere. And
Well, I was hoping for a game of League of Legends here in Game 2.
I mean, this is a recorded game of the LCK.
Still counts?
Still counts.
Oh no. Taeyan's gonna get chained up, and they have the vision.
He has no
now
flash.
June is being run down here. They're actually moving in under the turret to maybe get in there. Zeus in the 1v1. We haven't even really looked at the top lane, like, forgot these guys existed. As the grand challenge is in, the Vital is on the side of Zeus, as just a little bit too tanky is Dudu, but Zeus can kite this one out.
Yeah, he blocks the Q3. I don't think he wants to go any harder in on this.
The Vital went north, so.
Yeah.
Well, we were reminded that the top lane exists.
Yeah, and the mythic advantage that Dudu had is no longer an advantage, as now the Sunder is picked up as Guma.
All right, well, it's going to flash on in. This should be a good Guma, or dead Guma, rather, I should say. A good engage this time from Guangdong.
I mean, he is a good Guma. He's
a good, yeah.
He's a good Guma.
He's a good Guma, but at the end of the day, he is dead.
Look at this timing of the cast. He thought, he's like, if you're Bulldog, you're like, how, there's no way he kills me, right? I actually have jump into flash. Faker's perfect. It's like I have flash, jump.
Yeah, the only way you get out is if you buffer the flash body slam, and good luck doing that.
And then, like, Oner is there to catch him where he lands. Just, it looks like tool assisted. Guma caught out a little bit here. Young Jay, he didn't expect him to come over there. No vision of the path that Young Jay takes, so gets punished a little bit.
Yeah, probably don't back there, but you know, the bottom lane's going very well, so I can understand that.
Because even though
pretty comfortable.
Yeah, in Valdez, even though they get him, like they can't turn it into a Drake or anything like that. Nice try, Taeyoon, but no vision here.
Mountain this time, which would be pretty nice for Guangdong, but
if they could stack it, you know, if they somehow come back and stabilize, maybe.
Oh, well, we're throwing Ash Arrows at a Fiora now. Because you might as well use it, right? Like,
if he doesn't propose.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, just gonna all out onto Zeus here as Grand Challenge is here. End of Maokai. Does Zeus really care? One more hit on the bottom Vital could do it, but he's just running away as a dodge comes in, but the damage should be enough for Guangdong. As Dudu and Young Jay do get the job done.
Yeah, so arrow goes wide, and then, okay, this is just torture at this point for Bulldog. As Oner's here again.
Another cask. Okay, that's a route here onto Keria. Can't Fates call himself, as he does not have flash, but he's just going to hop away, as Taeyan will fourth shot him in the face. Smite down onto Taeyan, but Oner not able to extend that trade.
The advantages that Guangdong Freaks are getting with these small wins are very little. As you can see, Keria is a little bit frustrated with himself for that. A little bit of greed there with the Umbro Glaive, trying to come in there and clear some deep vision. Now, he does set up that deep vision here on the bottom side of the map so they could push hard for that inner, where they have a little bit more control bottom side. But you're going to get bounties here as Dudu. A little bit of extra money coming over. But what you really need is a team fight win. These small advantages, these small picks, these aren't what are going to bring you back in this game. You have to do things like this to try to get enough control of the map to make that happen. As this is just really well set up here from Young Jay. After the arrow missed, I guess, you felt like you're really safe up here as Zeus. You're not, but there's such a heavy commitment that they get the whole bottom turret at the same time. So it's not like T1 is really losing that much, as Avaros picks up money bottom side, while they're trying to collapse here onto Bulldog. Keria, very greedy for this. And look at the vision he's set up here with that Umbro Glaive. You know, this is there's two benefits to this process, but he is caught really nicely played by Taeyoon. Does have to flash, but gets a bit of gold in his pocket. Now, though, in 3 minutes' time, will they have the tools, the items to win a 5v5 team fight is the real question, because they have no vision on this map.
Yeah, this looks familiar to game number 2. It's a bit earlier. They are setting up for the second Rift Herald. Might as well. But yeah, Prowler's Claw and Yomu's finished on Guma, so it's really difficult to get away from this Varus. Also, he's got the extra lethality, something we always mention with Prowler's Claw. And the Mythic passive. So he's really going to be chunking people. There's not a lot of armor on the side of Kwangdong outside of the top lane, especially because Maokai is actually just going AP, even on 13.4, which we'll see how that develops as the games come along.
Yeah, I think in this game, really interesting choice. You just want the extra damage for your burst on your Jhin and the Dark Harvest. Like, I guess that's the idea. When somebody gets hit by an arrow, like, you have all that extra damage, and you're going to try to burn through. It's not my favorite build, but I think considering the comps here, it's acceptable. You know, we'll take it. We'll allow it. And look at how much you have to group as Kwangdong to try to do anything on objectives. And like I said, they really want a team fight win right now. But the longer you kind of happy feet around and try to force vision, you get hit by Varus arrows over and over and over again. Faker has teleport, so there's no cost to him actually hard pushing bottom like this. And when Dudu shows up, you can just leave and go elsewhere, and this process continues. T1 will do this, take this Herald, then push the vision bottom side, and take the Drake that spawns, and that's the whole point. And Kwangdong Freaks, I think, will have to make their stand. Now the Mythics are up, right? You have the Kraken Slayer for this Tristana. This is the stand where you need to have a good arrow engage, blow somebody up, win this fight decisively, and take this Drake, or the game essentially ends. And T1 are now going to, with this Herald, try to get that extra prio and have the better group here. You just have to be decisive as Kwangdong. If you let this one go, you let the game go, I think.
You see that the majority of the gold difference is in the bottom side, although a healthy 800 lead for top and jungle as well, combined for T1. Still nothing compared to the 4,000 plus on the bottom side, so that's definitely a thing that is going on. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see when Kwangdong actually do make that stand. Doesn't seem to be on this third Drake.
And Bulldog has TP, so he can push top before this happens, and they are grouping. I think they have to, right? I mean, this is the fight where you're hitting your only and your last spike. If you don't actually get advantages out of this Kraken Slayer and the Dudu engage here before the Fiora starts rushing you inside, it's like you lose this game. And the longer you wait, the damage comes through. So you have to hard engage. You have to look for that arrow, June. Where's it going to be? Who are you going to hit?
Well, he doesn't have too many choices here. Fate's Call available. Yeah, it's just everything is thrown into Fate's Call, and yeah, it's got a lower cooldown, but for this fight right now, T1 are in a great spot as the arrow damage way too much. Just pierces through.
And you just
name does define.
It's so hilarious because the arrow missed, quote unquote, but as Guma is in the front there, he's the only target you realistically have for your arrow, and he's got the Fate's Call. No one else can really be hit. No one else can be collapsed on.
It's not a choice.
It's like T1 don't give you a choice, and then you have to do something because those Varus arrows are coming through. You try to collapse. The Fate's Call allows you to re-engage as T1, as Keria. I take a huge shot.
Hey, Dark Harvest. Nice.
Getting a few of those. A few of those coming in.
You know? Do a little bit of extra damage.
Yeah, just a little bit.
No Drake take yet.
Wow. They're just luckier than you.
Sometimes that's the way it feels. Yeah. Well, June, again, as I mentioned before, the cooldown will be much lower for the Ash Arrow, even at this time, even on rank 1. So June has Arrow. Keria does not have Fate's Call. As, that seems to be a dead ass, so maybe it won't matter. As Repel comes up, Oner not able to finish him off.
Okay, TP, though, coming down here. Nowhere to run.
Oh, no. He's like, come on. This is unfair. Just going to get body slammed. As Faker finds the flank teleport ward, and Youngdae just disappears. Again, he's not very tanky, so yeah, T1 just way too far ahead. That's going to be the end of them and maybe the end of the game as they're... Are they even going to go to the Drake? See a bunch of people. Actually, the Baron just spawned, so might as well take that one, Wolf.
Yeah, you might as well, you know. Faker's going to chase down this pesky Tristana. He's had enough of that. He's going to come over here. They don't have any vision, so Bulldog is like, maybe I can kill this turret on my way out. It's going to be awkward. Nice dodge. He wins this now, maybe.
All right, all in. No cask for Faker. He's got body slam, though, and the barrel on the ground misses as Seraphs is already done. What?
Yeah.
What do we... Oh, man.
And he can't
Baron gone.
kill him. He can't actually kill him.
No, Faker's going to kill him.
Faker's no flash.
Because in an extended fight. Yeah.
Well, if you jump on the body slam.
Hey, the arrow into Cassante. Nice, got him. You did it.
I guess the communication is go, go, go. The arrow is coming. That's a little bit mistimed there. And Faker's like, all right, well, if you're coming to me. Now they're going to get this Drake with the Baron buff set up. Oh, this game is it's a bleak one, isn't it? It's a bleak one. 10,000 gold, the lead.
Yeah, again, like I said, I just, you know, I wanted to cast some League of Legends, but instead we just got, I don't know, Bot Master 2000 instead. This isn't even the same game.
Look at this, by the way. Who do you hit with this arrow? Maybe you can hit Keria.
They used everything on the Guma.
Yeah, maybe you can hit Keria there, but you don't have the good follow-up angle for Keria. You have the angle on Guma, but he's going to get Fates called, and you have no options really. And the follow-up here is just insane. Guma is playing a great game of Lethality Varus, and this TP is insult to injury.
All right, well, they found Oner.
Keria also
nice.
flashes, so some
nice
big grabs here, but it's too late. Baron's already taken. You know, the Drake is already gone. You can only get these picks when T1 overextend here into your realm of vision, because arrows, you could fire them blind, but if they don't hit, doesn't matter that you have this Ashe pick. You know, you don't have enough vision to aim around the map and actually set up for those picks until they come to you. And with this Umbroglaive, even with the nerf, it's really easy to set this up. And this is exactly what T1 did in Game 1. Just top to bottom. Take all the camps, take all the vision. Oner dies for it, but what's the end result? T1 just push somewhere else. They've already got that mid inhibitor.
Still have a minute of, oh boy. Chains come on to Young Jay. He has to just flash away. As even Zeus is here. I mean, not as well. Oner is not, though, because he did just get picked. Looks like he's going to just go into mid.
And, I mean, Bulldog, you got a turret?
Yeah, they're holding on, you know.
I would not say
they're holding on. That's accurate, right?
I would not say holding on. I don't know. Holding on, the way you said it implies that, like, hey, hold on, there's still a chance.
Yeah, look, the graph is slowly angling up.
All right, all right.
Just a little bit. It's not a very big slope, but, you know.
They found the one place here where there's not enough vision. They dodged the spiderling, so Oner thinks he's safe. He's not. Like, Oner did his due diligence.
He didn't get it in the brush, though, so... Yeah.
Look, he tried, Valdez, all right?
He did try.
We found
that's true.
That was proof right there. That was actually just Oner and T1 saying, like, or the production saying, like, these players are human, okay? Like, you can't do everything perfectly all the time.
Guma looks juicy here, but he's not. Keria is here with Fate's Call.
Yeah. I mean, if you bait a Fate's Call before an objective fight, you're like, okay, but objectives are a long way away, and you're just...
feels like you have to. Otherwise, if they have Fate's Call... You basically have to find either Oner or Keria. Those would be your best options in terms of engaged targets, as there is the Maokai ultimate. Just going to line up for this one as a bunch of damage is coming in. As Zeus, by the way, is behind enemy lines, has found Taeyun, and it took a while for them to even notice, as he is getting CC'd up, as the two top laners will be traded here, but also Keria will go down. Guangdong are kiting this out.
Front to back fight here potentially. If they could stay out of Faker's range, he has flash.
Oh, he messes it up. It's not. Oh.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, Guma's just incredibly fed at this point. And looks like he hasn't even Prowler's Clawed yet. Just going to hit that one as well. Double kill comes in. And they win the fight. Wasn't as clean.
He didn't zig or zag there. As Rod of Ages will going to finish this time as we crest the 25-minute mark. And Faker hits level 16. Taeyun, run!
Well.
Wait. Okay, that was Faker at... Okay, wait. Wait.
Yeah.
Don't run! Yeah, Faker actually didn't back there. He just top with... That was an interesting choice.
He had a very sheepish grin on after that one.
Yeah, I guess.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
That wasn't the plan. All right, this looks like, oh, maybe we caught Guma. Ult's coming through from Young Jay, curtain call. Fate's Call. And then Faker, here with Zeus coming to the back line, he's like, I'm gonna flash on him with the body slam. It doesn't matter. Zeus actually takes a ton of damage to just take it out, and Faker's like, got him. Wait for it. Yeah. Wait for it.
It wasn't even a clean fight.
It wasn't, and then Guma's there. He actually doesn't hit him with the body slam. Guma doesn't care.
Yeah, messes it up. And this is just, I'm surprised we're even getting a replay of this. Bounces off the teleported to minion, and then just crits him.
Yeah, that was, yeah,
a choice you could make.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like, it's almost like he just clicked on the minimap and remember that Jhin was there, so he wanted to just prep the top wave for the Baron fight, then back and, okay, this isn't going to hit anybody. I'm trying to figure out the reason why Faker did that, but either way, not going to be too impactful in the grand scheme of things.
Sometimes it's better not to know.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, Maokai is just dead. Look at the damage again. Like, he did actually build a tank item, but a little bit too little too late.
Needs some time for those resistances to come through. You need to be able to fight for a few seconds.
So that is Mountain Soul to T1.
Yeah, and Baron is up. So Mountain Soul into rush to Baron. Zeus could stay bottom side. He's actually just going to TP to help rush this down faster instead, because it looked like maybe Guangdong Freaks were going to try to get the jump on them.
Wait, they're so fast.
Yeah.
Zeus is coming in off the TP. Taeyun, no chance for him. As June also just going to throw in Guma just to get him another kill. He's now 10-2 as they're just running him around the map. Again, bopping them with their little plastic red hammer, basically. As that's going to be the Baron to the side of T1. This should eventually be a kill.
Just pan away like they do in the movies, please. Pan away to the plus 300s from the Baron, you know? Okay, there we go. Yeah, see? He gets away.
He's going all out.
Just like my mother said, you know, Cassante, he's just resting between the turrets.
Yeah.
He's going down to where Bulldog has that push into an inner. It is going to be inner turret gold and a bounty if he finishes it. But he will not.
Yeah. T1 have sent members over here to catch the catch Bulldog. They're not being very nice to him as he blast plants straight into the arms of Faker, who will take it down. It is a 3v4 here on the push, but it's Baron and it's massive wallets. June is dead as they'll give that kill over to Oner. Looks like this game, guys, should be over from here. As the Baron buff, they still have 2.5 minutes on. Even with the curtain call, not going to do anything. No Fate's call at this point in time. As Faker is being pushed under turret, but he has a stopwatch. As that should do it. The turrets are going to be taken out. Young Jay going to put up one last stand alongside of his buddy Doodoo.
Yep, and that should be the Nexus to fall with it. T1, another dominant 2-0.
Yeah, and a lot to see here. Very fun couple of games as Oner, yeah, they're just going to boost their KDA stats as down will go the Nexus 2-0.